And we're back for another episode of the Philly Sports Pod today. Haven't made one in a while, but we're going to go over some NFL Week 1 and the MLB playoff race leading into the playoffs.
Yep.
We're going to start with some of these games from Week 1. Let's start with the Eagles game because
We are
the
Eagles
Eagles
fans.
caught a fat dub over the Falcons, 32-6, and the whole team just played amazing.
It was awesome. And Eagles proven everyone in the league wrong. I mean, Jalen Hurts. Eagles fans know how good Jalen Hurts is. Everyone else looks at all these stats, like advanced stats, numbers, to try to pick out why Jalen Hurts is a bad quarterback. He proved it yesterday.
Yeah, he proved a lot of haters wrong, silenced the haters. He played really good, made a ton of good throws. He honestly made a lot of good. I expected him to run the ball a lot more than he did.
He did escape a bunch of he got out of the pocket really well.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And the O-line held up really, really good. I mean,
yep.
The only bad thing was the penalties. But other than that, they weren't really letting up any pressure for Hurts. And
Week 1, penalties are gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was frustrating to watch a little bit when the O-line kept getting penalized when it was still a close game.
Oh, absolutely. I
was getting so mad.
But one big part of why the Eagles won yesterday was the run game. Miles Sanders averaged 4.9 yards per carry, which is very good, showing how good this offensive line is when healthy. Hurts, 7 carries, 62 yards, 8.9 yards per carry. And then Gainwell, who's coming out of nowhere, the late-round rookie pick, 37 yards on 9 carries for an average of 4.1 yards per carry. So everyone's getting good runs in there. Gainwell also scored a touchdown. And then when you look at the wide receivers, I mean, Smith and Rager both played great, and Goddard as well.
Yeah, the Smith touchdown was it was insane when it happened because I didn't expect Smith I didn't even expect him to throw the ball to him. And they had a really nice play with him and Zach Ertz.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was so hype when he got that touchdown to start off the game.
Same. I was.
And then he made it.
It was awesome.
And after that, he had a bunch of Jalen Hurts had a bunch of nice throws to him. And I think he ended up with 7 receptions, 61 yards, and a tutty, which is a great opening game for Smith. And everyone else played really good. I mean, Miles Sanders had a really good game. The O-line really blocked for him. Did good.
And
Dallas Goedert had a nice game. Ertz had a nice catch. And the defense played really good, too. I mean, Javon Hargrave was constantly getting pressure. The D-line was playing great. The secondary was holding up really nice. And they didn't even go for a touchdown. It was an all-around great game from the team.
Defense was excellent. And, when the Eagles are healthy, they have a top 5 offensive line and a top 5 defensive line. And that is going to help them try to win the NL East this season. Or the NFC North. NFC East. Okay. All right, now let's move on to and one more thing, the Falcons look like absolute dog shit.
Yeah.
They were all
I expected Calvin Ridley to do a lot more than what he did. And same with Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
The first drive, he had 3 catches for 30 yards.
I think it's safe to say the Falcons are not winning many games this season.
I was like, I think he's going to kill us this game. Barely did anything else for the rest of the game. All right, should we move on to some other games of the week?
Next up, Steelers versus Bills. Another upset, I would say, Steelers-Bills. And it just shows how valuable that Steelers defense is. I mean, just absolutely locked down.
Yeah, they shut down that Bills offense. I didn't really see much of this game at all. I didn't even watch any highlights, so I didn't really see what happened. But all I know is that the Steelers defense played really good.
Their offense didn't do much. Steelers, they did get a punt block for a touchdown, which was
I saw that.
But the thing with the Steelers, this was a good win, but the offense did not look good at all. The run game could not get going. Najee Harris had 16 carries for 45 yards, so we got a lot of carries, but averaged 2.8 yards per carry, so the offensive line wasn't holding up well there. And, the Steelers had a good game, but they didn't really impress me that much. I think it was more of the disappointment about how the Bills played more than how good the Steelers played because they didn't really play that great. Neither team's played good.
The O-line could have helped out Najee Harris a lot more, especially from a fantasy team.
Hmm.
But, I mean, that's a huge W over the Bills in week 1. If your
Yeah.
defense continues to play like that, the Steelers could actually be a threat this year.
Yeah. That division's so good, though, so I don't know, but maybe.
Yeah, it's true. All right, let's move on. We can move on to the Vikings-Bengals game.
Yeah, I was watching this game because my brother's a Vikings fan, so I was watching it with them, and the Vikings just I don't know what happened. They did not look very good. I mean, you look at Kirk Cousins' numbers and they don't look that bad, but his numbers don't tell the whole story. He played a lot worse than what his numbers say. Got sacked a few times. And just the dude on like little 3rd and longs will throw like a 2 or like 3rd and 8, throws like a 2-yard pass. Like he's got to start throwing it down the field more. Adam Thielen had a big night. Cook was solid, but the Vikings did not impress.
I feel like last year, too, Kirk Cousins started off really, really bad last year with the Vikings. And I remember he was getting clowned everywhere. And then by, like, the end of the year, he was looking like a top 10 quarterback. And had that Vikings team rolling.
Yeah, he finished off the year unbelievable. So, I mean, that's a good sign.
And I was actually impressed by Joe Burrow yesterday. Yeah. He had a couple – Jamar Chase actually really impressed me because you heard what was coming out of, like, training camp, preseason, dropping the ball. Comes out with 5 receptions, 101 yards, and a tutty. Absolutely dusted Patrick Peterson on one play. Got a 50-yard tutty from Burrow. Was really nice throw.
I think that was Brashad Breeland, but yeah, Brashad Breeland sucks.
No, I think that was Patrick Peterson.
I'm pretty sure it was Breeland. It doesn't matter. Chase looked really good. Bengals looked surprisingly very good, and but the Vikings did shoot themselves in the foot a little bit. They had so many penalties. It was
a bounce back game for the Bengals.
Yeah.
Last year, and for Burrow.
Joe Mixon absolutely went off with a terrible offensive line, so good for him.
Yeah. All right. So move on to the next game now. We got 49ers-Lions. Yep. And this was a game that was a complete blowout. 49ers were dusting them. And the Lions came back. I mean, at the end of the game, they were down 38-10 in the third quarter, 7 minutes left, and came back and only lost by 8 points. Actually, impressed me. I didn't think they were getting destroyed. DeAndre Swift had a 43-yard pass. Looked good. TJ Hawkinson looked really good. Yeah, Jared Goff had a good game.
Jared Goff definitely impressed me a lot. Threw for 340 yards. Yes, he 57 attempts, but I mean, just not willing to let down and just quit. He kept fighting in this game to make it interesting. The Lions had a chance at the end. Lions impressed me. Even though they lost, they impressed me with the heart. And I think it goes by the coach, Campbell, their coach. Definitely like a different environment for the Lions. And when they're down, they're going to keep fighting. And I think he really pumped them up in this game to make it a ball game. But the Niners held on. And the Niners are a great team. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think not. I want to see Trey Lance play, dude. I think that they probably give it to Garoppolo for a couple more weeks. But I think they should play Trey Lance.
Garoppolo played very well.
Okay. Move on to the next game.
Yeah, there's not much to talk in that game, to be honest. Cardinals-Titans. Now, this one was
a great
shocker
game for the Cardinals.
And a big, awful, awful game for the Tennessee Titans. Like, if you're a Titans fan right now, you are not looking good, and you're not feeling good.
Yeah, definitely a bad game for the Titans. Kyler Murray played the game of his life and had a bunch of highlights, just running around the field and throwing tutties to DeAndre Hopkins. He had 2 touchdowns. And so, Ryan Tannehill, not a top 10 quarterback.
I still think he's borderline. And if you put him in the top 10, I'm not upset. I'm a big Tannehill guy still. It's 1 week. Offensive line didn't play very well. Defense didn't play very, very well. Cardinals, Kyler Murray just ran all over the field.
Yeah, Titans O-line got destroyed. Chandler Jones had 5 sacks.
That's
had
insane.
5 sacks. That's just
8
insane.
for 85.
Yeah.
Yeah, Taylor Lewan. He tweeted about it after the game. He was like, "At Chandler Jones, you destroyed me this week, but got to get better."
That was
Yeah.
fun.
Not much to talk about this game because it was just a blowout.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to Seahawks Colts. We got Russell Wilson. The Seahawks played really good against a very average Colts team to me now. At the start of the year, when I looked at this team on paper, I thought they were actually going to be a pretty good team, underrated. But they didn't look that good to me today. I was watching the highlights of Wentz. He didn't impress me at all.
Didn't look bad, though. Looked better than he did in Philly.
He looked, yeah, he did, but it was really almost all checkdowns and a couple nice throws. Didn't really impress me.
Did Quentin Nelson play? I knew Quentin Nelson was questionable. Did Quentin Nelson play?
Yeah, he played.
He did. Okay. Maybe he wasn't 100%, but the Colts rushing the ball wasn't great. Both their running backs didn't get over 4 yards a carry. Both were 3.8, which isn't bad, and then 3.3, which is mediocre. So Jonathan Taylor and Naheem Hines both look decent. And receiving-wise, I mean, Wentz did a great job of spreading the ball out. Taylor, 6 catches. Hines, 6 catches. Pascal, 4. Pittman, 3. I mean, he was really getting the ball to all of his wideouts, which is nice to see. But Russell Wilson and Tyler Lockett is an elite duo. And Tyler Lockett continues to be an underrated player. I mean, he just went off.
Yeah, he's a great option for Russell Wilson. Every year he puts up numbers.
Absolutely.
Had that really nice catch in the end zone. It was like a 69-yard bomb.
Yeah.
All right, well, we got 3 more 1 o'clock games. We got Chargers-Washington. Chargers won by 4. A very low-scoring game, defensive game.
That's what you're going to see with the football team. I mean, a lot of defensive games. And yes, they lost this game, but they played very well and easily could have won against a very good Chargers team.
Yeah. I'm surprised at the well, actually, no, I'm not surprised because Washington's offense without Ryan Fitzpatrick,
Heineke
that's
played
rough.
very well. Heineke did play very well, though.
Yeah,
when he was
pretty good today.
Antonio
but Keenan Allen,
great.
Really good game. Austin Eckler, didn't have anything in the receiving game.
Yeah, I was shocked about that. He didn't have a single catch, right?
Yeah, he didn't have a single catch. I don't think he had a single target.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Justin Herbert played, but good game from the Chargers. That's a nice week 1 W. That's a hard-fought W.
All right, let's move on to Jets-Panthers. Now, this wasn't our game people had marked on their schedules. Maybe if you want to see Zach Wilson play. He played very well for his first start, I would say. Showed a lot of flashes of greatness. And Sam Darnold also played very well in, like, his revenge game. So,
yeah. I was watching Zach Wilson highlights. He had a couple really nice passes to Corey Davis. He had one really nice pass to Corey Davis, or I don't know if it was Corey Davis, but someone down the field that didn't get completed. But he had a couple bad decisions, a couple bad passes. But overall, had a really nice week 1. And I think that Zach Wilson will be the best rookie QB. But he needs more help from this team. The O-line played really, really bad. And his wide receivers didn't make a couple plays that were really nice throws. But overall, to me, if I'm a Jets fan, I kind of see this. I mean, you're in a rebuilding year, and all I really want to see is Zach Wilson play really good.
And he played pretty good.
Yeah.
For his start, he was very, very good. All right, moving on. Not much to talk about that game at all, really. So
just really Zach Wilson.
Move on to the Jaguars versus the Texans. Now this, again, nothing a lot to talk about except for how the Jaguars disappointed. And Trevor Lawrence in his first was up and down. I mean, he also showed some great signs, but I mean, he threw the ball 51 times. 3 interceptions, 3 touchdowns. So Lawrence played okay for his first start. The 3 picks you don't want to see, but we know Lawrence is a winner. And, I just don't know what Urban Meyer's thinking, though. 51 passes in a dude's debut when you have James Robinson in the backfield who only had 5 carries. Like, what are they doing?
Yeah, they're giving the ball to Carlos Hyde.
Yeah, I don't get it. I have James Robinson on my fantasy team, so I don't like that. But yeah, I just don't understand what Urban Meyer's thinking. All in all, only 16 rushes compared to 51 passes. You're not going to win many games with that much of a differential. With a dude in his first start at quarterback, like he's trying to bring college football into the NFL. I feel like just by throwing it almost every play, which I don't like it. You're not going to win many games by doing that because they can just sit in a zone and know you're not going to run the football.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that marks the end of the 1:00 games for this week. Move on to the 4 o'clocks. We had Browns Chiefs. This was a very, very good game. And honestly, the Browns just lost this on a couple silly mistakes. Yeah. And the Chiefs, I'm impressed with how the Browns played. This was a game that they definitely could easily won. And I think that this would be a really good matchup to see in January.
Absolutely. And yeah, the Browns had this game won, just silly mistakes. The obviously the punt fiasco with the Browns punter and just the offense disappearing in the fourth quarter. Chiefs, they're never out of a ball game. They got down big early, but they have Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, and it's hard to stop them. Hill's unbelievable. Mahomes is unbelievable. Chiefs aren't losing many games this year. I'd be shocked if they lose more than one.
Really?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Browns, Baker Mayfield looked pretty good. Odell didn't play, so not shocked there. Dude's hurt literally every second of his life. Jarvis Landry played pretty good. And yeah, the only wide receiver getting really into the game was Landry. He was the only receiver with the catch. Peoples Jones had one, right? But that's kind of crazy. They use their tight ends and running backs a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. Landry was the only wideout with the catch.
Okay. Well,
oh, yeah, he is.
Good game. Move on to Dolphins Patriots.
This was a very underrated game for the 1 o'clocks. I actually didn't watch much of it because I was watching Browns Chiefs.
It was like Mac Jones played good, I guess, and Tua played good. I guess. Hold on.
Yeah, Tua was pretty good. Mac Jones also very good in his first career start, and the Patriots got the running game going very well. Damian Harris had over 100 yards, and he averaged over 4.3 yards per carry, so very good there. Nelson Aguilar getting it done. James White out of the backfield, he's going to be money. On the Dolphins side of the ball, Tua played very well. Myles Gaskin, very well, 5.4 yards per carry. And Parker and Waddle both had very big games, so good to see from the Dolphins.
Yeah, Xavier Howard got the turnover at the end of the game. Iced it for the Patriots. Damian Harris couldn't hold on to the football.
Yeah.
Dolphins, good W for week 1. Nice win over your rival team.
Let's not even talk about the next game, Packers Saints. I mean, just unbelievable. And all I have to say is I'm not worried for the Packers. Jameis Winston looks very, very, very good.
This happens, I feel like every year the Packers, did the Bucs blow them out last year?
Yep, in week 1, I think.
Yeah. And then year before that, I remember the 49ers blew them out. They get blown out like almost every year, at least once.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not scared for them at all.
Me neither.
We know Rodgers. I mean, Rodgers just won MVP last year. Yeah. His talents didn't just go away over one off season.
I see people saying like, "Oh, Rodgers is washed." Like, how? It's one game after he won an MVP. Like, that's just a casual take and recency biased. You were saying Rodgers is a washed quarterback. Like, come on.
They have the Lions next week. They'll get that W Monday Night Football.
Oh God.
They'll bounce back. I'm not scared for the Packers at all.
Me neither.
Good W for the Saints, though. Jameis Winston played out of his mind. And that whole team played good. Marshawn Lattimore played really nice.
Yeah.
Huge confidence boost for the Saints.
Yep.
All right, and move on to our last two games now. We have Broncos-Giants. Broncos really just kind of beat up on the Giants here. Daniel Jones played very, very poorly. Saquon didn't play good. Daniel Jones is overthrowing people, wasn't making any good decisions.
Daniel Jones
he blows.
I don't understand how Daniel Jones is a starting quarterback in the NFL. I don't get it. And Cam Newton's not signed, but you have Daniel Jones playing. Like, Cam Newton's better than Daniel Jones.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones is so incredibly awful. It's hard to watch, and I don't know how he's a starting quarterback for a team. I think he might be actually the worst starting quarterback in the NFL, besides whatever's going on.
He could be.
Shepard played good, though.
Bridgewater played really nice. It's sad to see that Judy went down, but I thought he was going to be out for a year when he got carted off, but he's only out 4 to 6 weeks.
And it's very funny that Kadarius Toney had 2 catches for -2 yards, and Giants fans were saying that he was better than Rashad Bateman. So that's actually very funny as well.
Okay.
That's comedy.
All right. Well, last game.
Sunday night football. Stafford.
Rams-Bears. Stafford played a great game. Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods. Robert Woods had a really nice catch. Toe tapped it in the end zone. And I kind of expected this outcome.
Oh, no. Robert Woods did score. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He had a really nice touchdown.
Only
Cooper Kupp played really good.
He must have gotten locked up. Except for that one play.
And if you're starting Andy Dalton, I mean, I don't know what you expect against the Rams, too.
Oh, yeah. Why is he starting over Fields? I mean, Fields came in, made a few good plays. I don't get what they're thinking at all. I don't know what's going through the Nagy's mind. Like, I just don't get it. Rams are Super Bowl contenders in my eyes. I think that they're going to win that division.
They are Super Bowl contenders. They are a top 2 to 3 team in that NFC over there, and they are a threat to the Bucs.
I agree. I think in one game, the Rams could beat the Bucs in one game, because when you look at the Rams defense, I think it's very comparable to the Bucs. If not, it's better than the Bucs. Just having Donald and Ramsey on the field.
Yeah, and you got Darius Williams over there. He's really nice for them.
And then offensively, I mean, weapons all over the field, a great offensive line. They're very similar to the Bucs. I still think the Bucs are the better team right now, but by the end of the year, the Rams could easily be the better team.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. That's it for the NFL.
Wraps it up, the NFL for week 1. We have one more game, though. Ravens-Raiders tonight. And then we can get into a little bit of baseball. The wild card playoff race going into a couple more weeks left in the season?
Yeah, and absolutely so excited to see what can go down here. So many teams still in the mix, so things can change so quickly, especially in the AL wild card. I mean, you have, I would say, 5 teams in that mix: Blue Jays, Boston, Yankees, Seattle, and the A's. And right now, my picks to make it is Toronto and Boston. I don't know. The Yankees just haven't played well recently. I think Oakland is a sleeper here. I think if Oakland can – I mean, Oakland's a good team, and I don't think Seattle's really got a shot anymore. I mean, they were losing games to the Diamondbacks. I'm excited to see what Oakland can do. So, yeah, I think Oakland can really make it. National League, we look over there. And, again, it's like so close. Dodgers are going to get that, except if they end up getting first, and the Giants will. Then you have the Padres and Cincinnati tied up. St. Louis a game back. And then the Phillies 2.5 out. So all those teams are still in, and the Mets 3 out. So they're very much in it as well. So all those teams still in the hunt.
There's a couple games on tonight. Got Rays, Blue Jays. See the Blue Jays can keep their hot streak going. Padres, Giants. If the Giants win tonight, they clinch the playoff spot.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. Cardinals, Mets is a huge game right now. You have 2 teams that are a game back, and then a team that's 3 out. I mean, that's going to be a barn burner. Cardinals up 1-0 now as Yadi Molina just hit a double, then ended up scoring. So, yeah, very good there. Let's look at the divisions. Now, divisions, they're all kind of like blowouts, except for the NL West. Now, do you think the Dodgers have a chance to win the NL West still?
They got a chance.
I need to see their schedule. They have an easy series against the Diamondbacks coming up.
Mm-hmm.
They got the Reds, but then they have the Rockies, Diamondbacks, Padres.
Rockies
I
on
think
the road or at home?
Rockies are at home.
Let me
Yeah,
check. Oh, they're playing them at Coors.
that's going to be a good series. Like, the Rockies are a good team on the road for some reason. Their record at home, 45-27.
That's crazy.
And Giants, 4-game series against the Padres,
That's
3-game
gonna be
against
tough.
the Braves, 3-game against the Padres, and then they play the Rockies at home and the Diamondbacks to finish off the year.
All right, so
Kind of
low-key,
hard schedule.
sleeper pick, I got the Dodgers coming back and winning the NL West.
Okay. I feel like the Giants will just keep finding a way to stay ahead of LA, like they have all year. I feel like the Dodgers came back within like a half a game and we're tied. But I feel like all year they've been 2.5 games back.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I agree. Okay, there's not much really to talk about baseball right now.
Mm-hmm.
Except for that, we pretty much went over all of them. So yeah, thank you guys for watching another episode. On Wednesday, we're gonna try to make another episode about previewing for week 2 of the NFL season.
Preview those games.
Yep. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.